Happy Sunday. Is it Sunday? I think it's Sunday. Happy Sunday evening. This is Tammy Clark here in Atlanta, Georgia. Welcome, welcome to our replay viewers. So excited that you are, alarm going off. So excited that you are joining us this evening. So for 30 days, I have challenged myself to come live. So what I'm doing is reading from the book of Tabitha Brown. I did a new thing, 30 days to living free. So that's what we are reading. Today is day 4, and this is chapter 4. Do something new, but check your triggers. You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. And guess who said that? Maya Angelou. You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. And let me check my phone to make sure my alarm doesn't go off anytime soon. While I am doing this, I hope everyone had an enjoyable Sunday, whether you went to worship, whether you relaxed at home, whether you worked like I did earlier today. It's all good, whatever you do. Thanks so much for joining. This is the book I am reading from. I did a new thing. I had a second, more extensive mammogram and ultrasound on my breast. Now, y'all know Tab believes in healthy and being living. Okay. In addition to eating vegan and working out regularly, I try to make sure I get to all my preventative care appointments. Since I turned 40, those appointments now include regular mammograms. I'm sure a lot of the ladies out there can relate. And I think I probably started getting them when I was 40, or was it 50? These years are passing on by. I missed my first one because it was scheduled at the beginning of the pandemic when everything shut down. But I finally got my first appointment, and now I was back for a follow-up. I initially didn't think too much of the doctor asking me to get another mammogram, one that uses a different and way more intense cup to impress the breast. I just figured, like many women, my breast had what is often called high density, and that was a precaution, but it was more than that. After they did the mammogram, the doctor said there was something even on the film that was of concern and asked me to move to the ultrasound room so they could get a better look. Miss Brown, we see what appears to be a small mass in your right breast. It could be absolutely nothing, or it could be something. Now, we all ladies can kind of relate to that. Thank God I've been blessed with good health, but I remember years and years ago, the same thing happened to me. They had me go to another facility, and my nerves were on end, but God worked it out, and everything was all right. So this is what I'm reading for everybody that just joined me, Tabitha Brown's book. Miss Brown, we still see what appears to be a small mass in your right breast. It could be absolutely nothing, or it could be something, but because it's your first mammogram, we don't know how long it's been there. It's probably nothing, but we want to be sure. Thankfully, my husband was there with me in the lobby, and that allowed him to come in as the next step was explained. We'll have to do a biopsy. Now, honey, I will be lying to you if this didn't make me feel a bit flustered and nervous. It did, and maybe there was a part of me down that wanted to freak out a little bit. I remember just sitting there, taking deep breaths for a minute. Everything felt numb. Then I went to the mirror. No, ma'am, don't you go there. And you all do me a favor. Let me know where you're chiming in from. What city or state are you? I'm here in Atlanta, Georgia. And y'all all know my hometown is Memphis, Tennessee. But I've been here in Atlanta since I'm 97. But I still haven't claimed being a Georgia peach. Not yet. I could have, in this new moment with this new news and doing the new thing of getting a compression mammogram and ultrasound on my breast, lost my mind. I could choose to get on the internet and start to look up a ton of different people's horror stories about what that mass could be and stress myself out. I could choose to start telling myself that it's something before I even knew if that was true. But I'm not doing any of that. I'm choosing to allow it to just be. I'm choosing to say, okay, They found something. It could be nothing. It could be something, but I won't know until I get this biopsy. So there's no need for me to start stressing about it. And I agree, that's all you can do when you hear news like that and don't know what's going on. That's all you can do. Even later, as I was preparing for the breast biopsy, I had to wrestle with them triggers as they kept trying to rear their heads. And I am reading from Tabitha Brown's book, 30 Days of Living Free. That's what I'm reading from. Even as I was preparing for the breast biopsy, I had to wrestle with them triggers as they kept trying to rear their heads. Yes, I woke up knowing that I was going to do something that I never ever desired to do, that I never thought I would have to do. No one wakes up and automatically thinks, oh, there'll be a lump in my breast. No one wants to have a compression mammogram and a biopsy. No one wants to be afraid. But those days come. Those days happen. And when they do, sometimes we have to shift our thinking. For me, I woke up and said, well, if not me, then who? I accepted that on this journey for whatever reason. God has decided that he needs me to go through this. I embrace the fact that it's always bigger than me. I love that sentence. I embrace the fact that it's always bigger than me. But again, anxiety is real, honey. Even the fear of pain is real. There were parts of me that worried about whether the biopsy would hurt, if there would be a lot of pain. But you know what? I didn't feel a thing, honey. Tab almost took a nap on that table. So if I'd allowed my fear of the pain to work me up, it would have been for nothing. One of the ways I was able to check the fear and anxiety that kept trying to come up was to remind myself that it wasn't just about me. As I said, it was bigger than me. I was going to use this as an opportunity to bring awareness about breast health to women like me. Yes, this is not the new thing I wanted to do, but I got through it and now God can use it. Worrying about it was never going to change anything. So, honey, don't allow yourself to start worrying about something that doesn't exist. Fear, as we know, is false evidence appearing real. And that's actually the acronym, FEAR, F-E-A-R, false evidence appearing real. Be patient with yourself. Be willing to wait. Believe in things and trust that God is in control because he always is. And truth be told, that's growth for Tab. I cannot deny that going to the doctor is always triggering for me because when I was sick before, I'd go all the time and they would never tell me what was wrong. So part of me is hesitant to even believe that a doctor says. Part of me wants to say, oh God, here we go again. Is something about to go wrong? But the lesson God has given me and the one I want to share with you is we must all check our triggers. And I'm checking the time. I'm good on time. Triggers will happen, honey, especially on this healing journey. It's common to think you have gotten to a certain place in your healing to say, oh, I am good with this. Then be blindsided by a response in your mind or body that you didn't expect. That's a trigger. And the moment you find yourself saying, oh, wait a minute, I thought I was good with this, but I'm not, is the moment to check your trigger. Do it right then, because if you don't, it will become easier to slip back into old thoughts and ways. And the truth is, we might not work either. You might just backslide in your old thoughts and ways. And I'm going to pause to do a commercial break before I finish the end of this chapter. A lot of you know, and some of you don't know, that I'm part of a very, very lucrative shopping club. I love it. I'm sure you would love it too. Tonight, 8 a.m. Eastern Time Sunday, we are having a Zoom. If you would like to hear more about it, comment on this live or send me an inbox message so I can send you the link. You may be open to an additional stream of income with the price of eggs nowadays. A lot of people are, some aren't. You may be open to seeing how you can have a toxin-free home because most of the diseases that we have, rashes, allergies, come from everyday things we use in our home. So it's tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. Message me, send me a link, or text me, and I can send you that info. That's it for my commercial break, and I'm going to start back finishing this chapter. And the truth is, that might not work either. You might just backslide in your old thoughts and ways. Sometimes it's not until the damage is done and you find yourself thinking and acting out the way you used to, that you get to the point where you actually realize you've been triggered in the first place. You might say, oh Lord, why did I go back to thinking that way? I know I'm better than this. I know I've grown past this. That's real, but honey, even if that's the case, don't you start tearing yourself down and feeling bad about yourself. Yes, you reacted to the trigger instead of checking it, but you are human. It happens. And thank God you know where you're supposed to be. You know what it feels like to be on the healing path. So you know how to put yourself back on it. So go on and do that. Say to yourself, okay, I didn't check myself when I should have. I messed up. I need to make amends with people I might have harmed in the process. But what I'm not going to do is beat myself up over it. That is not how I'm going to heal. And then get about the business of restoring yourself. Healing is not beating ourselves up every time we respond to our triggers in a way that's not helpful. Healing is checking ourselves even when we mess up and doing what's necessary to move forward. And some of what we might have to do to move forward is sit with our triggers for a bit. When I got the news about my initial breast exam, I was forced to sit for a while with all those feelings that came up for me. And this is the book that I'm reading from Tabitha Brown. There were a few weeks between the appointments and a whole holiday. So in between time, I gave myself some time to sit with what was coming. Sometimes the parts of us that are scared just need to be heard. Sitting with those feelings allows them to be heard. Then you can get back to talking about them. You can check them by saying, yes, I see you, fear. Yes, I'm being affected by this thing that's happened. I acknowledge these feelings. But guess what? Girl Tab, don't you go there. Don't allow yourself to go back into the old place because of this one moment. Because of this one small bit of information. You've done a lot of amazing healing. You've gotten your checkups and done what you're supposed to do. There are only real facts you have right now. Don't allow this moment to set you back. And when I did that, I was finally overwhelmed with such peace. But I had to sit with that thing first, y'all. Sitting with our triggers for a little bit helps us break them down. It helps us understand ourselves just a little bit more. There ain't nothing wrong with taking your time with your triggers. In fact, that's a great way to continue to heal. And remember, honey, healing is a journey. It's not permanent. We can still have triggers. But when they rise up in us, we should try to talk ourselves down off the ledge. Let me take a sip of water, and thanks for joining me. Tell me where you are chiming in from, the city and state. And I am reading from Tabitha Brown's book, 30 Days to Living Free. I did a new thing. We're almost about to wrap it up. Let's see, where did I stop? I eventually received the amazing news from my doctors that I was all clear. There was nothing to worry about. Ooh, God, I thank you. But you know what? I was proud of how I handled it. Whereas the old Tab would have taken the news and literally given myself a death sentence. The new Tab, the healing Tab, sat with those feelings and then checked herself. I said, no ma'am, not today. So even as you are doing new things daily, and maybe those new things are bringing up some old stuff, some old ways, always be ready to check your triggers. Check those old versions of yourself that want you to react in old ways. You've been growing and healing. So even as those new things are stretching you, don't let your triggers set you back, all right? Check it and keep going. And she always ends a chapter with her TSA. That's not the Transportation Administration. That's Tabitha Service Announcement. Don't wait until things feel too far gone. Move on them now. That's great. Don't wait until things feel too far gone. Move on them now. So from Tab's new thing catalog, she always puts down 3 pointers to do 3 new things daily for you to think about implementing in your life. Make that doctor's appointment. And men, I am talking to y'all. I'm fussing because men don't like to go to that doctor. What's that picture of? You know what? I don't know. Let's see. It's by Wasily Kandinsky, composition number 6.19 30. So I think it's a reprint of something exquisite, something magnificent, Greg. I will Google it for you, but it looks like just abstract. It's just abstract art. But thank you for asking. So her 3 things to think about today is make that doctor's appointment. You know that thing that you're afraid to find out about? It's time. Go ahead and find out what you need to heal. I had a girlfriend that had been complaining of back pain forever. And she went from doctor to doctor to doctor to doctor. They kept giving her muscle relaxers, different stuff. They did x-rays, they did all of that. But, and it's not that she wasn't proactive about her health. She was going to doctors, but nobody could fix it. No medicine could relieve it. Finally, she decided to go to a doctor that she knew from years back that was an excellent doctor, and she had just forgot about him. When she called him and told him everything that was going on, he said, immediately come in to me. They did the x-rays, the MRIs, all of that. I could be getting the terminology wrong. Charge it to my head and not my heart. But she found out she had cancer, but she's doing great. She was able to take cancer pill. She's here with us, and I'm so happy. But if you feel something is wrong with your body, and you haven't found a solution or you're afraid to go, you definitely need to go. No, sir, nothing is demonic, Mr. Dotson, and I know you personally. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. Ain't nothing in my home demonic. But thank you for joining me. So that's the first thing. Make that doctor's appointment. Try some breathing exercises or yoga. Yoga can help you get back into your body. Get to know it better. And the last thing is meditate to soft music for 10 minutes, preferably spa music. There are thousands of guided meditation apps out there that can help you with this. They can even remind you to meditate at certain times of the day. And I was on a part of a gratitude called every day at 11 a.m. Eastern on Clubhouse. And one thing that you can practice is just breathing. Just take in a deep breath, hold it for about 10 seconds, and breathe out. And if you're going through something stressful or traumatic, they can always get rid of that for you. Well, yes, I'm in my home. I'm getting you. Erase that comment. I'm going to erase it when I get off of here. Nothing demonic up in here. But it's all good. You didn't know. Anyway, I know you're kind of special anyway, so, it's all good. Nothing but love. So that's the end of day 4, my 30-day Facebook challenge. I was reading from Tabitha Brown. I did a new thing, 30 days for living free, and I'm closing with my commercial break. I am part of a very, very lucrative shopping club. I love it. I'm sure you love it too. We're having a Zoom tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, so that's about an hour from now. So if you like the link, just send me a comment or get in my inbox, or if you know my number, just text me. What else did I want to say about that? With the price of eggs nowadays, lots of folks are into additional streams of income. You're welcome, Karen. My cousin educator in Detroit. I am long overdue for a trip to Detroit, and I heard that y'all's downtown is beautiful. So I am so proud of Detroit. Y'all are doing it. So me and Tootie are going to have to come and visit soon. But it's a very lucrative shopping club with the price of eggs nowadays. A lot of people are looking for an extra stream of income. But even if you are independently wealthy and don't desire any more income, you may be open to seeing how you can turn your home into a toxin-free environment. Most diseases, rashes, allergies that we get come from things that we use every day in our home. So it's going to be tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. So just reach out to me for the link. And I will see y'all tomorrow. I'll be making it to day 5 tomorrow. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye. Have a good Sunday evening.